Saturday and Sunday saw my favourite garden show, possibly of all the season. That was the Malvern Autumn Show, and I managed to catch up with Tony from UK Here We Grow, Nick from Nick's Allotment. I went on the Sunday, and there was some fantastic vegetables there. The NVS, National Vegetable Society, was holding the championships there, and some marvellous specimens. The video camera didn't do them justice. I did catch up with a few subscribers on the way as well, and thank you very much for coming up saying hello, and we had a little chat. I did a bit of filming, although not too much, video and stills, and I'll pop this on the end, so I hope you enjoy it. Join me early on Sunday morning. It's the final day of the 2-day Autumn Malvern Show, and hopefully we'll see some decent veg inside.
start with something that every Welshman should have, a leek. And you should be proud to have a leek like that. Now this is a brand new leek. This has never been shown anywhere until today, or yesterday, actually the first day of the show. It's a leek, what we call it in exhibition terms, a blanch leek. So the blanch leek is measured from what we call a button, which is where the leaf meets here. It's like a V, down to the plate, that's the length. And the girth is measured around, and that's how we get the cubic capacity of the leek. This one has been bred by Ivor Mace from the Rhondda. Very, very good horticulturalist all round, and particularly good on leeks. This was a cross between a Welsh seedling leek and a Pendle leek, which was bred by David Metcalf. So Ivor wanted a name on it. So he said to me, I want you to name it Sanfer Cos Gwyngus Go Ger with Drogwy Santa Sailio Go Go Go. And I said, why? Well, to confuse the English again, see how they can get the word over. So anyway, I said, no, we'll call it San Edwin, which is a Welsh little hamlet where my nursery is. So we've called it San Edwin. Now, people think we grow these from seed. They're not grown from seed. They're grown from what we call bulbils, pips, or grass. And what happens when I go home now, I will cut this bottom bit off here, about 4 inches, cut it off there. This gets thrown away, composted. My wife is very happy to take the middle bit, and I have the bottom bit. Now I'll trim the roots off because they have served their purpose. They've grown this leek for this year. So I'll trim them off, and this little stump will then be potted up in probably a 10-litre pot. And it'll just sit there for a while, but very quickly it'll re-root, it'll throw out the green shoots, and before you know it, you have new flax we call these. They are leaves, of course, but the term for them is flax. It'll throw them, and then the following spring, it'll throw up a seed head. Now the seed head will be about 4 foot, 5 foot high. The seed head, nature has its own way of doing things. The seed head will open, the flower will come out, and as soon as it starts to flower, we interrupt nature. We take a knife and we cut all the flowers off. So it's not allowed to produce seed. And that gives the leek such a shock that it cannot reproduce itself. What does it do? It pushes little leeks out to the head. And that's what we call bulbils or pips. Now these little heads or leeks can be about 4 inches long, and we can get over 100 in one head. So what we do then, we tease them off the head, we strike them in compost round about middle of October, and they root. But the beauty of it is, because it's all from the one head, it's an exact copy of the mother leek that you put down. So if this leek had some permanent faults on it, like a very bulbous bottom, or it tapered badly or something, all those characteristics would be reproduced in that bulbil or pip. So what you do, you're gaining weeks growth. Once you strike the pip, it's growing away immediately, so you'll have a 6-inch leek in a matter of a month. Whereas if you sowed seed, it would take about 3 weeks to germinate, another 3 weeks before it got anywhere near a decent seedling. So you're gaining always. This leek, I think, is going to be a winner. It'll take time for people to understand how to grow it again, because there's different characteristics to it. But that's how we do it. And they're generally grown inside in a polytunnel or a glass house.
I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. We was there all together around about 9.5 hours, and I still didn't get to see everything that I got planned, so that's a good testament to how much is at the show and the variety available there. So we better get going on the sunflowers. Last week we saw the equinox come, so now the days are shorter than the nights, so the morning it's noticeable colder temperature. And also the end of the month sees the end of the giant sunflower challenge. As you remember from last episode, my favourite actually got demolished in the wind, but I've still got a few more contenders. So what I'll do, rather than trying to get up there and measure them, I'm going to cut them down and I'll measure them lengthwise, and also I'll measure the head diameter. Let's see what we've got. These two specimens look the contender for the tallest. So what I'm going to do now is chop them down right at the base of the ground, lay them flat, and then I'll run the tape measure along to get them for the height. So that there is going up to 122 inches, which is 10 feet 2 inches. We'll see what this one measures, although it is quite heavy. So that there is around about 17-inch diameter. If I curved it round the flower it'd be a lot more. That's going around to 24, but diameter wise That's about 17-inch diameter. For a bit of fun, I've just put this head on the scales. I don't know if you'll be able to read it underneath there. It's actually £10, 5.85 ounces. A sad sight to see, but all the sunflowers are now out, and that's a sure sign we've seen the best of our summer. But the summer's not quite over yet. Even more crimson crush just harvested. Those there are some that either been on the plant too long and gone a bit soft, or have actually damaged them getting them off. And there's still more to harvest. This plant's unbelievable. In fact, I'm seriously thinking about just growing these outdoors next year and not in the greenhouse. Just leave that for cucumbers and peppers. Well, that just about brings this one to a close. Thanks for watching, everybody, subscribing and the comments. In the next video I might be popping down to see another YouTuber I'm familiar with down on this plot. So until next time, see you later and bye for now.